Be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. Breaking: explosive text messages expose Peter Strzok's personal relationship with judge involved in General Flynn case. Fox News contributor Sarah A. Carter reports newly redacted text messages revealed disgraced FBI agent Peter Strzok had a personal relationship with Rudolph Contreras, the District of Columbia judge who abruptly recused himself from the former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's criminal case. Sarah Carter reports the explosive text. It says here, in a text message chain from Page to Strzok on July 25th, of 2016, she writes this: Rudy is on the FISA court. Did you know that? Just appointed 2 months ago. At that point, the pair continues to discuss other issues, but comes back to Contreras. I did. We talked about it before and after. I need to get together with him. Then later, Strzok appears to return his discussion about Contreras. Page says, I thought of it because you had to Google FISA judges and him there, I'm telling you. Strzok then says, she brought up a good point about being circumspect and talking to him in terms of not placing him into a situation where he'd have to recuse himself. Then Page says, I can't imagine either one of you could talk about anything in detail meaningful enough to warrant recusal. Page then goes back to discussing a different issue, saying, anyway, maybe you meant to but didn't. Strzok then says, really, Rudy? I'm in charge of espionage for the FBI. Any espionage FISA comes before him. What should he do, given his friend oversees them? Page then says standards for recusal are quite high. I just don't think this poses any actual conflict, and he doesn't know what to do. Now, Strzok says generally he does know what I do. Not the level or scope or area, but he's super thoughtful and rigorous about ethics and conflicts. Suggested a social setting with others would probably be better than one-on-one meeting. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to invite you to that cocktail party. Of course you'll be there. I have to come up with some other work people cover for action. Now, Page then says, why more? 6 is a perfectly fine dinner party. Now, sources close to Flynn tell that the Daily Caller's Chuck Ross and Strzok's relationship with Contreras is something they might have to look into. Now, as it is said, Chuck Ross tweeted out these messages here. He says, DOJ for some reason redacted FISA court judge Rudolph Contreras' name from the Strzok Page text. Congressional investigators discovered a name during in-camera review. Now, sources close to General Flynn camp tells me that this is something that they might look into. Flynn's attorney declined comment. Was also a tweet from Chuck Ross. Now, the Federalist Sean Davis notes, news of Strzok's dismissal by Mueller was leaked the day after Flynn's guilty plea was accepted by the FISA judge, who just happens to be buddies with the guy who interviewed Flynn for the FBI. Now, at this time, no details have been made public as to why Contreras recused himself from the case. However, Emmett G. Sullivan now oversees the case. With each passing day, more evidence suggests the indictment of former National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Flynn was a dubious one, and what would be an insurmountable blow to Special Counsel Robert Mueller's unchecked Russia probe. Former federal prosecutor Sidney Powell says if there is a man who can bring justice for Flynn, it's Judge Emmett G. Sullivan. Now, as the Daily Caller reported, Sullivan issued a Brady order requiring Mueller to provide Flynn all the information that is favorable to the defense, with respect to guilt or punishment. Now, according to Margaret Cleveland of the Federalist, the order suggests bombshells are likely ahead. So be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below and tell me how you feel about this report. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Let's make America great again. Peace.